This is Terry Coakley, Master Coordinator, and welcome to OPA. This is the 8th of October, 2018. And here's Joanne.
Good evening, everyone. It is a wonderful evening because we have our lives work being on this evening to share our wonderful presentation with each of you. And our OPA family is really special to all of us. We just think that it's a wonderful once-a-month get-together to connect and to hear what each of us are doing to build our businesses. The group that we have on tonight is a community and a collaboration that we've been doing and connecting with each other so that we can introduce you to the wonderful world of Shaklee. So let me turn it over to a wonderful leader who goes the extra mile all the time for us, and that's sales leader Susan Buda. Susan, would you welcome everybody, please?
Uh-oh, hang on. I think she got muted. I'm looking for her.
I think all the speakers are muted. Let's unmute the speakers.
Where'd she go? I'm really sorry. I'm looking for her.
All right. Well, let me go ahead with it. I can go ahead with it. So we welcome you, as I said, to a wonderful Our Lives Work. Our lives work, maybe our IT doesn't. We have a great group of people. Sue, can you go to the next slide, please? Oh, I love to be so dysfunctional. All right, Pam, I'm turning it over to you, dear heart, to do the 8 reasons.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, our lives work. Well, why do people take a look at Shaklee in the first place? Well, there's many, many reasons, and one is better health. That was the reason I first took a look at Shaklee. Monthly performance bonus. Wouldn't it be great to be able to not only fall in love with the products, but be able to get paid for your interest and the love of sharing these products? Another reason people take a look at Shaklee is because we're a community of health and wellness-minded people, positive, growing together, and that sense of community is one of the most wonderful aspects of what Shaklee is all about. And we collaborate. We're never in business by ourselves. We're in a team of people, each dedicated to the success of each other. Equity growth, you know, it's hard in this economy. Well, some say in this economy it's not hard, but in most situations it's hard to find something where your equity is going to grow continuously, not only in the first couple of years, but decade after decade. And Shaklee offers a business opportunity where there is the possibility of equity growth. Residual and inheritable income. Residual income happens unless, you know, you are a recording artist or you've written a best-selling novel. And you get royalties month after month, year after year from the work that you've done. It's hard in other places to find the kind of residual income that happens when you build a strong database of customers and leaders in our Shaklee business. So if you have a long-term approach on your finances, taking a look at Shaklee is a great option as well. Of course, tax benefits that go with having an in-home business are huge, time freedom, and mission-driven. So this is just to give you kind of a smorgasbord of why people take a look at Shaklee in the first place. Let's go to the next slide with Susie.
Hi, thank you, Pam. And so we just looked at why people take a look. And I'll tell you, Joanne and Terry and Pam were great examples to me of the type of lifestyle that I wanted to live, the freedom they were having, the time they had with their kids. So there's 3 columns here: personal, financial, and professional. If we look down at the personal, there's a list of 5 things: more time, paid trips, personal growth, a healthier life, and helping others. And every single one of those is so important. But I'm wondering which one really stood out to you as I read those or as you're looking at them. And I could say something on every one of them. Right now, I'll focus on a healthier life, because the healthier that my life is, the healthier lives others are. I can be a power of example. I can help them have a healthier life. The healthier my life is, I have found I have more energy. I actually grow spiritually. I'm friendlier. I mean, like, there's so much that comes with being healthier. I don't have to spend time at the doctors or using over-the-counter meds. And I'll tell you, when I started Shaklee, it was, I was a pretty grumpy person. And things have really turned around as my body started to settle in and heal itself through using the Shaklee products. It's just been an amazing difference in my physical health. It's just turned everything around. Now, as we look at the next column, financial, we have extra income, purchase a home, pay off debt, income in retirement years, and leaving a legacy. And again, what stands out to you when I read those, or you first looked at them, what really came off the page? And they're all important. Every single one is important to so many people in different ways. And for us right now, it's income in retirement years. Like so many people, the retirement income that we have is not what we thought it was going to be. And we still have dreams and a vision for how we want our lives. We've also learned that our lives can change in a matter of seconds. And that's what happened to us 5 years ago. Within a day, we had to take care of a family member and move in with her. So things totally changed. And thank God for the security of Shaklee that we get paid every month for life, and that we have a team, so it's not all dependent on me. So this is my retirement income. I've made the decision to have it grow. I can do that. I don't have to ask the boss for that permission. There's no ceiling. And I decide on how much that's going to be. And so much, the majority of that is working with a team. So it's wonderful to be excited about the income in our retirement years all through that passive income. And then professional, recognition, career freedom, significance, be my own boss, and enjoy my work. Again, what stands out to you when you see that list? They're all so important. And I would say today, what I really see is significance. This business, and Dr. Shaklee said, if you come into Shaklee just for the money, forget it. But if you want to help people, focus on helping other people, and the money will follow. And that is so true. We can make a huge significance in other people's lives. And nothing makes me happier than I'm working with people on the team, building their businesses because they want to stay home with their kids or help a family member or be able to fund a mission. It is so exciting to watch, their lives just blossom. So we truly, have a business here that is truly significant in bettering the lives of others. And now as we go to the next slide, I will bring it back to Pam.
Great. Thank you, Susie. We're in for a real treat because the next segment of our time together tonight, we're going to devote to something called the napkin presentation. And this is going to be a presentation of what the concept of Shaklee is all about. Some of you may be new to Shaklee, may be new to network marketing. Some of you might have been around for a long time and are looking for a way to explain what it is we do in this business, how we're different from other companies in the industry, what our business opportunity looks like, how someone may get started, and what kind of money can people earn right from the very beginning. So we're very thrilled, if we could go to the next slide, to introduce Lisa Stocker to do this presentation for us. Lisa was introduced to Shaklee Nutrition, and she felt such a difference that she decided that she had to share it with other people. And she started her business about 18 years ago, and she loves what she does, and you can always hear that in Lisa's voice. She loves to help people have healthier options through both products and the business opportunity. And she knows it's her responsibility to let people know what's available for them. She's growing her team so more people can know about Shaklee and lead the life they want to live. And she's using this napkin presentation as one of the tools to communicate all those good things. So I'll turn it over to Lisa.
All right. Thanks, Pam. And I do love what I do. I get so excited about it even after 18 years. So if you want to click to the next slide. I just want to give you some background. What this napkin presentation is to me is just like a snapshot of the business. It's an easy way to present it to people. It's not overwhelming, so hopefully you'll see that from this. But just want to go ahead and start and give you some background on Dr. Shaklee. He was a real person, if you weren't familiar with that already. He was a chiropractor. He was a naturopath. He was an ordained minister. And he developed the first multivitamin in the U.S. in 1915. And the next slide will show you a little bit more. We'll talk about his philosophy, his DNA, if you will, science-based products. And he goes by the golden rule, or the company goes by the golden rule, and they also do things in harmony with nature. So the next slide shows that that philosophy is there for Dr. Shaklee because it is science-based, and that trust is there. So the company actually started in 1956. When most people are thinking about retiring, he was starting a corporation. And his sons and him were talking about what is the best way of getting these products out there. And on a larger scale, because he was already sharing the products, but he wanted to do that on a larger scale. And because of the trust that was there with his philosophy, they decided that maybe a mission agent, someone sharing the Shaklee story, would be the best way to take this trust that they already have in Dr. Shaklee and have this mission agent go ahead and start sharing that with other people. People are not going to walk into a store and read a page or a paragraph about why this product is different from the one it's sitting next to on a shelf. Basic Age is a perfect example of that. So it's more word-of-mouth advertising, so this mission agent can go out and share with people, share the Shaklee story, help answer their questions, and help them to reach their goals. And that's what they chose to do, and this turned into an opportunity for that mission agent because there was such a nice relationship between the storyteller, the mission agent, and the Shaklee Corporation that the opportunity came about. And consumers could see and hear the value of the products through this person. And this is actually network marketing. It was almost unheard of back then, but they chose this form of business or vehicle to get the word out there about Shaklee. And it just turned out to be a great opportunity for the mission agents because as you or the mission agent shares the opportunity and that people are using the products, they can make money from that. So you may be wondering, what does a mission agent do? Well, they share with 20 to 30 people, and they're teaching people to redirect their spending because these consumers are already using nutritional products, skincare, cleaners, and things like that already. They just teach them to redirect their spending to Shaklee so now they can use products that are of an excellent quality and that they're cost-effective and they're all backed by science. And as they share here with 20 to 30 other people, that helps them earn $1,000 to $1,400 a month, which pays for their product. And the whole idea is you become your best customer, your best consumer, because if you sold shoes, you wouldn't walk down the road to buy shoes from someone else. You would buy from your own store. So buying from your own store is very important. You teach your people to do the same thing, to earn that $1,000 to $1,400 a month. So your next question may be, where do these 20 to 30 people come from? Well, you have me or your mentor. Your mentor would be there. You have you as the builder, and then your social network. That could be family, friends, Facebook, people, coworkers, etc. Your mentor will train you and help you to find these people. And we like to say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So with your social network, they have that trust in you. So in this scenario, your job is to learn from your mentor. And they're going to, after that trust is there, what you do is edify your mentor as to why this new person that you're introducing to Shackley and yourself would want to meet with them, and then also set that appointment. That's your job at that point because you're learning. And your job is to learn so you can train and teach others down the road too. So your mentor will show you how to sort, because there will be people that are interested in product. They love the products. There will be other people that love the product so much that they will want to do the business opportunity. And they will show you how that whole process works as well. So as you train 2 people to find 30 people just like you have done, and they start to develop their own business, you're going to teach them how to find their 2 people. And then they're going to just continues to go from there. They're going to find 2 and teach them how to find 2. That's why it's so important not just to learn something, but to learn how to train others with this. So now that income that we talked about that was $1,000 to $1,400 a month now turns into a financial asset of $3,000 to $3,400 a month. And this is also an equity growth, which I think Pam talked about a little bit earlier. This financial asset now could last the rest of your life. So when you find 2 people in Shackley, they have developed their own business just like you are doing, you are now called a coordinator. And that just means you have 2 people doing that same business as you are. And what that means is now you have the opportunity for car payments, and also you can qualify for 2 or 3 trips each year with Shackley. And I just love this because the things that you're doing, you're building your business, you're building your income, but you're building people. And that's what you want. That's what really grows a team, is helping people to come up and do it as teamwork. And that is just so much fun. And I love this presentation, as I said, because it's shown you a simple way to share the opportunity. We're so good about sharing products. We just want to share the opportunity right along with it because we never know really what that consumer may need, so it's nice to share both of them. So I hope this gives you a little insight as another way that you can share the business opportunity. And I tell you what, your business will continue to grow as you use this, and people will thank you for introducing the opportunity as well as the products to them. And you can go to the next slide.
Thanks, Lisa.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Lisa. You know, you do that so effortlessly, and it is important to tell the whole story. And if you'd like to hear this again, contact the person who invited you to this call by email or phone or however you communicate, and they will give you a link so that you can review this presentation done by Charlene Fikes as often as you'd like. Thank you. Thanks so much, Lisa. And let's go to the next slide.
Pam?
Joanne. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, it is a beautiful presentation and very simple. It's you plus 2. And we call ourselves ambitious and courageous people who are committed to creating new adventures of freedom and fun in their lives. And that's a quote from Richard Brooke, who's a notable person in training for our network marketing businesses. Tonight we have some very special gifts because we have special guests that will be sharing their information on what we call a raving fan of the Shackley products, a love of the Shackley products. So if we just bring up a picture of our next guest speakers, we have a great gift and opportunity to hear the Shackley triplet mom and dad, Chris Sutton. We're so privileged to have them tonight. I know they're busy people with these 3 beautiful children, and they are associates. They run now well over 2,000 volume, and they've had great results with the products, and they're now looking at our Shackley business model. So, Stacy, take it away with you and Chris.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on to share our Shackley story. I am the Shackley triplet mom, and I've been taking the Shackley vitamins for over 10 years now. So when I found out I was expecting, there's no question that I knew the Shackley vitamins were going to be the very best for my triplets and I. So I knew it was important for me to take something that was safe and that I knew, I wanted to know what was in the product. And with Shaklee, I knew I could trust the products. And that was such a big, important part for me. And so I love how easy it was that Shaklee's senior research scientist, Sunhee C. Park, she explained the exact vitamins to take in her video on the Shaklee website. You can find it under the Healthy Pregnancy. And that was such a great resource for me. I knew how important the right nutrition was for me while I was pregnant, and I never missed a day of my vitamins. It was that important for me. So our triplets were preemies when they were born because they ran out of room to grow. So they stayed in the NICU just feeding and growing, and they were so healthy. They were such healthy babies, and everyone remarked at how healthy they were. And I really knew Shaklee was just such a big part of that. So, and since then, Shaklee is still part of our daily lives. They get their daily vitamins as well, so we all take our vitamins. And so they're getting a healthy start from the beginning. They get Liquid Vitalia for their multivitamin. They get the Life Shake for extra vitamins and minerals and protein, and as well as CitraBoost for the extra pre and probiotic. So we're keeping pretty healthy babies around here. We have a healthy household, very Shaklee household. And right now I am currently working towards executive coordinator, and my circle of influence has really changed a lot in the past year now that I'm a mom to 3. So I'm reaching out to other people who are wanting healthy pregnancies like I had, as well as networking with other moms by joining different moms groups. So while I'm working towards executive coordinator, while my husband and I are working towards executive coordinator, I'm also starting my 180 journey. But my husband, Chris, he is nearing the end of his 180 journey, and I know he could share a little bit more about that.
So hi everyone, I'm Chris, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey with Shaklee 180 the past couple of months. Really this all started a few months ago. I went to an annual health checkup and realized that my weight was really getting to a range where I really wasn't happy with it. And I noticed that my clothes were starting to get really tight, and I was just really recognizing the need for change in my weight. And, I wanted to have better long-term health too. I wanted to be at a healthier weight, to be here for my family and keep up with the kids. And so I decided that it was time to make a change, and Shaklee 180 was a big part of that. I knew that I could start exercising, but I needed the right nutrition to go along with it. So I started the program back in July, and I started doing the 2 shakes a day for breakfast and lunch, and having healthier dinners, and having good portion snacks, and really just following the plan that was laid out by the 180 plan. And that really made it easy for me to follow because I had structure to my day, and I knew before I even started my day what it was going to look like. So as I started going week to week and started seeing the weight coming off, it was really easy to stay motivated and keep up with it. And, I was really happy with, a couple of different things of this. The first thing was, it was easy to follow. Shaklee made it really easy to, have the right nutrition and, lose weight the right way. And, I had a lot of structure in my day that I could follow. But the second thing was just I was happy with how well it worked. I knew I'd been taking the vitamins and, using the cleaning products for years, but this was new for me because I had not really used the shakes before or done the weight loss program. But I could really tell a big difference in how I looked and how I felt. I could tell I was losing the right kind of weight, and I was looking leaner and more toned. And so from July until now, I've lost 36 pounds and about 6 inches from my waist. And so I feel so much better, have a lot more energy, and just feel better every day. And people are really taking notice. People that, are around me pretty often are starting to ask me, what have I been doing? And this is really opening a lot of doors for conversations about Shaklee and about how I can help other people find ways of becoming healthier and meet their weight loss goals. So this is another exciting avenue to start growing our business and start talking with people about how they can be healthier with Shaklee.
Well, that's exciting. And Chris, for people that don't know you, and Stacy, Chris, I know you have a full-time position. What is your full-time position right now?
I'm a nuclear engineer with Dominion Energy here in Virginia.
Okay, well, so you're lucky you're out there and you can lead people to Stacy. And Stacy, what was prior to your triplets, what were you doing?
I was working in the corporate world in marketing, so it wasn't, I was kind of ready to be on my own and have my own business and be my own boss. And, I was ready to build our own business together.
Well, that's wonderful, and we're so pleased to have you. What a beautiful family and a great message that you have to share to so many people. And I know your target market will be appreciative as you help them be able to be at home with their children, earn an income, and also have a very healthy family. So thank you for taking your time out of your busy lives to join us this evening.
Of course.
And with that, we're going to turn it over now. As we look at building a business, everyone, as we look at exploring all the benefits that Shaklee has to offer, we have our wonderful DNA that Dr. Shaklee started us with. So I'm going to introduce another sales leader on the Gen team. Everyone on this call are a part of Terry and myself's organization. We call ourselves the Gen team. And Mary Beth Patricus is from Michigan, and she's a award winner in Las Vegas recently, and she's continuing to be a very strong leader in our organization. Mary Beth?
Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, Dr. Shaklee was really incredible. So who was he and what did he believe? Well, as Lisa mentioned, he's a scientist, a chemist, a naturopath. He was also our chiropractor and ordained minister. And the two books on the bottom, Thoughtsmanship and Reflections on a Philosophy, were written by Dr. Shaklee. So he was also an author. The Shaklee Story was a book written, so his biography, Dr. Shaklee's biography, and I'm learning so much about him reading this book. And all of these three books are available for purchase if you'd like to find out more about him and be inspired. So Dr. Shaklee actually introduced the world to the first multi-mineral in 1915 at the age of 21. He also introduced the world to the first sourcing plant-based protein. And Dr. Shaklee believed in living in harmony with nature and that we should all be good stewards of nature. And fast forward to 1960, he introduced the world to the first biodegradable cleaner, Basic H. And this product has over 100 uses. It's one of my favorites. Dr. Shaklee also chose to surround himself with remarkable people. He knew Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Harvey Firestone, and I just can't even imagine meeting those people. So he's just a really incredible man. And I think about him being a chiropractor in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. I know still people are not big believers in going to a chiropractor. So it shows that they respected his intelligence and they trusted him to provide a different way of addressing health issues and reducing the risk of illness and disease. So just really an incredible human being. So back to who's doing the next slide.
Okay, well, it's really a wonderful opportunity tonight because we are sharing so much of the Shaklee story. And that is what we should all do, or we shall do as we want to build our business, because we need the raving fan of our products. We need to understand our DNA and our rich culture. And of course, our rich culture continues with our fearless leader, Roger Barnett, which we haven't discussed tonight, but that's a whole nother era that we're developing within our Shaklee community that's so powerful. But all of us, and many of us on the call tonight, are involved in making a decision to be in action, to build and develop a team of customers, distributors, and leaders. And the next person I'm going to introduce is doing that with his beautiful wife and Stacy Sutton and Chris. Stacy is his daughter. So he is definitely developing a team of leaders. And so it's my good pleasure to introduce Steve Reeder. Many of you know Annette Reeder. She was recently on a builder call. Annette and Steve are the sponsors of Rochelle Parks, who's a very avid Facebook leader and builder and has been on the stage in Las Vegas. And their upline is another one of our Gen team who spoke tonight. Their immediate upline is growing sales leader Susie's son Cal. So this lineage and this group of people are really on the fast track to developing their rank increases, helping a lot of people be healthier, feel better, look better, and also to create a profitable, sustainable income for themselves now and in the future. So, Steve, would you share with us about your decision to join Annette full-time in your Shackley business?
Yes. Hello, and thank you for having me on tonight. I've worked at corporate jobs for much of my life, but I had been thinking about moving out of the corporate world for many years, and this was way before we discovered the Shackley opportunity. As a matter of fact, at one point, in addition to my regular job, I even owned a vending machine business, but that wasn't really very fulfilling and didn't last long. So I continued on with my job, hoping for something better. Now, I know that there are some positives and negatives working for corporate. Some people thrive in that environment, but for a long time it wasn't enjoyable for me. It was more like I tolerated it because I needed income to support my family. And the reason I dreamed of moving out of the corporate world was because I don't like the way the system is set up. I was trading time for money, and I thought there had to be a better way. In addition, I felt like I was not the one in charge of my career. At any point, the company could change my job or downsize me, and I could lose my job, regardless of how hard I worked or how well I worked. And that happened to me a couple times, such as one time after I had earned much praise and thanks even for completing a very important project for the organization. All it takes is a leadership change in an organization, and you could be looking for a new job. And I just was one who never really liked uncertainty. Well, after I was downsized last year, my wife, Annette, and I agreed it was time to make Shackley our main focus. We had been in Shackley for about 12 years and had mainly been building the business part-time while I worked my corporate job. During those 12 years, our business grew mainly due to the efforts of Annette. In fact, Annette was able to quit her corporate job because of our Shackley income. I helped by finding some customers and assisting with events as I could, so a tipping point came after my last job ended. We decided it was time for us to take more control of our lives. You may remember one of the Shackley conferences where Roger talked about a tipping point. Well, we hit that tipping point, and I truly believe we made the right decision, and I believe that is the way the Lord is leading us. So we are committed to building our Shackley business. It helped that we had started our business many years ago in addition to my regular job. It made the transition easier, but we still have a ways to go. Our desire is to help 4 people become master coordinators in the next couple of years. I would say this is about the transition from working for others in corporate, I would say this is about the transition from working for others in corporate to working Shackley. It's a change in the way you work and think. I no longer have to worry about impressing someone, or if the boss is in a bad mood, or if I'm going to get a raise. Now I'm learning to think like a business person who is committed to success. I can tell you that without a doubt, I don't miss the corporate job at all. And like anything worthwhile, it's not easy all the time either. Sometimes things seem to move right along fine, and other times there's struggles and disappointments. But I also found that some of the skills I developed while in the corporate world are useful now with the back office type skills. And I'm learning other skills too, necessary to move forward in this. My involvement in the corporate strategy is applicable to our Shackley business right now, so the things I learned while I was working in corporate helps me. Lastly, when we first started our Shackley business, we decided to give it 5 years before we decided to quit or continue. And at the end of those 5 years, we had proof that it works, and we definitely were going to move forward with it. And now our goals are higher, and the commitment level is very much increased because we know it works, and we just have to continue to work it. Things aren't always easy, but I can see the reward is great. Either you're doing it or you're not, so if your level of commitment is there, success will come. That's what we truly believe, and we know we're going to be successful at this. Thanks.
Hey, Steve, it's Terry, and I just wanted to say that you're a real good example of a guy to a guy saying, be yourself. So congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
And
thank you.
It's a great self, honestly. Wonderful articulation of why Terry and I have, similar situations, and it is very rewarding and well worth the effort. And, success is not always it isn't a straight line. And you do have those dips, and then you have your raising, and then, but the reality is what we do is we create, if you look at the Our Lives Work, 8 reasons people take a look at Shaklee that Pam mentioned in the beginning, better health, monthly performance bonus, community and collaboration. That's what's so beautiful about our Tuesday nights, everyone. We've created a community and a collaboration together to work this every Tuesday night. We do this for new people, and we bring in raving fans of the product, raving fans of the business, and we talk about our DNA. And that collaboration makes it so sustainable for all of us. And then what Steve is talking about, the equity growth and residual and inheritable income, tax benefits, time freedom, and mission-driven. And as Dr. Shaklee said, your future will be exactly what you decide to make it. And you can hear in Stacy and Chris's voice and in all the voices on the call today that we've made a decision that Shaklee is a choice for us. I had a call this morning with 3 women from California, and it was interesting. The woman wrote me and said, my husband told me that the church has to maybe be cutting back on some of this, what he's doing and how he has an income. And, that's happening to so many people out there, and we have a solution, we have an answer, and Dr. Shaklee saw it way ahead of the time in what network marketing could provide. So with that, we'll go to the next slide, and what I like to say, it's a different quote from Dr. Shaklee, but I say, don't get lost, give it a try, go find the place that you're wishing for. And as Steve mentioned, he'd been wishing for something like this. I know Terry also, and there's so many people out there wishing for a solution or an answer to the issues that they may be facing in their lives. And we just need to speak up and share the story, because there are many people out there that are looking for what we have to offer. So I know we finished early tonight. We do this, as I said, every Tuesday night. And it's about 45 minutes. We actually are 5 minutes shy of that right now. What I'd like to do is, would any of the Our Lives Work people like to say anything? Or if we have any questions, we could possibly open up the call, Scott, to see if people... everybody's unmuted now. So you can hit *6. You can hit *6 to mute yourself. I don't know if that'll work, Scott, with all that background noise.
I got it. I'm editing out the background as we go. It'll just take a second.
Okay.
Go Redskins.
Well, I'd like to thank Stacy and Chris and Steve. This is Susie Sunkel. Can you hear me over all that?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sure you're used to that with the triplets hearing over other people. That was beautiful. And Stacy and Chris, hearing your story, and it's so wonderful to be able to be home with the kids, and that's what I was able to do as well. And then to be a powerful example for other people. And, it was also a good example of your target market. Your target market is really who you are. And so that it's so authentic. So that was beautiful the way you described that, and the health of your children, the triplets. That was great I'm sure for everybody in the hospital to see, as you said. And to hear Chris's story about, losing the weight, and it's so true. You don't have to check any calories. It just comes off, and you talked about that. I could just visualize the whole thing. You really, painted a picture. And Steve, that was wonderful. There's so many people out there in the corporate world, just like you, who keep wishing and wishing, but they don't know about an option. And that's why I always say, I feel rude if I don't say something to someone. They can respond how they want, but we've got to let people know about this business option, because there's a lot of people out there like you, Steve, that want to do something different and be able to live their life the way they want to. So you really said that very nicely. So thank you so much for being on, all of you.
Joanne and Terry?
Yes.
This is Ray Madoran.
Hi, Ray Madoran.
Hey, you guys have a lot to be proud of. Your organization, your people tonight just did a great job on their presentations, and very professional. It's no wonder they're growing. You guys have a lot to be proud of. They just did an outstanding job tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Oh.
Appreciate it. And yeah, they're a great group of people. All right. Always love to hear the praises of all these beautiful people, and thank you so much for taking the time, everyone who's joined the call. Again, it's only sharing the story and being yourself. And again, someone asked me today, they want to make a good income with Shackley, a career income, and we're talking probably $80,000 to $100,000. Not everyone wants that. I only wanted $50 a week when I started, but they said, well, what did you do? How did you get there? And I said, I've done a weekly meeting every week, probably for over 40 years. And it doesn't take a lot of work, people. It really just takes to be consistent. You don't have to be a genius, but you have to be consistent. And that's what this group is doing. Every week now, every Tuesday, we meet together. We open it up to new people. So the reader group are doing their once-a-week meeting. We have other people who are doing their once-a-week meeting. And what we do is share the whole story. And it's not any company. It's our company. It's the Golden Rule Company. And we have the best company out there. So all we have to do is open up our mouth, share with a bunch of other people, and it will be successful as long as you're consistent and you keep doing it and keep the faith going forward. So with that, I'm going to close the call unless someone wants to say something else.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, one and all.
Yes, thanks very much. Good night, everybody.
What a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Great job.
See y'all.